Alrighty, I think we're good to get ourselves started for now. Good afternoon, everyone. It's first day of February, 2 p.m. here in Chicago. My name is Elvin, also known as Epoxy, and today's matchup for casting will be the League of Legends Collegiate Star League Gold League, as we watch the Illinois Tech Division C team take on University of Nebraska Lincoln, UNL Huskers White. Um, if you were been following us for a while, you'll know that the Division C team has currently gone into the spring 2020 guns blazing with a 3-0 record, I believe. Undefeated is all I know for sure. Right now for the spring, they've only had one loss in the fall as they continue their way through the group stage in the Collegiate Star League Gold League. So, um, looking like it'll be an exciting match today for sure. I think both teams are still setting up, getting everyone in the lobby. So, um, pretty sure that these teams will be doing like a online drafting. So when that goes on, we'll just go on a quick break. But in other news, after last week's cast, we did an offline casting for the Division A team as they took on Ferris State University and won a clean 2-0 against them. So great week for the Hawks last week. And then, yeah, so for those that are new, this Division C team has been going on now for the past 2 semesters, but the Division A team that is participating in the official Collegiate League of Legends championship from Riot Games, we condensed our A and B team together to just make one super team. So the one of the new rules that CLOL applied, CLOL being the Collegiate League of Legends from Riot, is allowing 10-man rosters, and I think changes from the past of how I think they only allowed 2 subs, so 7 or 6 players total. So with that in mind, I think with that roster change and also some last-minute dropouts from the AB team, I think that was where the leadership team decided to condense those two. So this semester, IIT will have 2 official teams participating. So that's going to be a little different from how we've done things in the past. I think sometimes we've had 3 teams or 4 teams up to some semesters, but things are just a little bit quiet, I guess, this semester. But yeah, looking like both lobbies have been filled. I'm not too sure if everyone's in LCS order. Looking like they're checking for that right now, but I know for sure what IIT's roster will be. So IIT will be starting game 1 here on the red side, it looks like. So we have Cheese and Eggs in the top lane, Orima in the jungle, Disparogi in the mid lane, Pirate Windows bottom, and Wicked Scotty in the support. Looking like for UNL, they've got Sperry Goon in top lane, Power 515 jungle, Master Carl 7 mid, True Death GM in the bottom, and Magica as the support. And another note is that one member out of each team does not have the same club tag. So if the teams are watching that, be sure to change that. Looking like we're gonna have to go on a quick break though. So when we come back though, we'll start talking about the picks and bans for the teams. Thanks. Alrighty, we're good to get ourselves back into the game as teams have now launched the pick ban. I received a comment that my mic volume is low, so I have raised it a bit. If it's better, just let me know in chat. If it's too much, I'll be sure to turn it down. But let's get ourselves on our way. So it's gonna be first round of bans here for UNL. It's gonna be the Caitlyn bot focused on Pirate, Brand looking like a Brand support ban, and Rise mid on Disparogi. IIT gonna reply in kind with the Olaf jungle ban, Jin and Vayne there to be taken away from True Death GM. First round of picks here is going to be Cho'Gath there for Dispragoon. How do I say it? Dispragoon? Oh. Alright. Looking like we had a cancellation. Someone had to quit the lobby, but besides these picks, I know that there's been going to be some new stuff happening in this week's of matches, because from C-Star League, with the new champion set coming out a couple weeks ago, there is a 2-week break period that the CSL enforces, that because the champ is so brand new, they need to give players the time to adjust to learning how to play against it. So this week actually marks the first time that set is now playable for CSL, so I'm going to be excited to see if IIT is going to bring out that set pick. And then in terms of bugs, I know that they had Syndra and Lux being considered, I think, out of removal, but I think they're actually going to be bringing Syndra and Lux now back into the game as well. And I'm reading from the rule set from the CSL Discord. They're saying that Nunu is the only one that's officially banned from CSL play. So besides that, everything goes. So we'll have to see what IIT and UNL come up with for sure. Alright, let's see. Moving some of my slides a bit. And then, alright, so I think we're back now to pretty much where we were. So again, Caitlyn, Brand, Rise, bans there for UNL, IIT, Olaf, Jin, and Vayne. And yes, that is going to be the set being locked in by Cheese and Eggs. Not sure if it's going to be used in the top lane, though. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be Zach as well here, going to be here for IIT's jungler for Orima. From what I know from games in the past that I've casted for CSL, it's that normally Cheese and Eggs does play the jungle for IIT, but JMars9, I believe, is the one that usually plays top lane. And then for UNL, it's going to be the Rammus there for Power 515, and then the Veigar pick there for Master Carl 7. So looking like really hard CC control, here in the first phase for UNL. Veigar E-Cage, Rammus stun. Looking like a lot of zoning opportunities there for them. But for IIT, it's going to be the last pick there for Syndra there for Disparogi. I think I've seen those are two of the pretty popular champs that he likes to play. I don't know if I've seen him on AD mids. I'll have to maybe look at some old videos to remember. But in any case, last two bans there for both teams. It's going to be Fizz and Blitzcrank there taken out for UNL, and then the Jax and Annie they're taken out for IIT. So Annie, I'm not sure if that's focused on Annie support or an Annie mid, but nevertheless UNL is going to opt for a Jinx and Nami bot lane. So going to definitely with Jinx with the late game hyper carry. Glass Cannon though, especially against a Varus and Leona bot lane. So it's going to be Cho'Gath, Rammus, Veigar, Jinx, and Nami there for UNL. And then with IIT, we're going to have to set top for the first game to cast about. I'm going to have to actually look up what that champ does. All I know is it's pretty bad for me for a caster, but I need to remember all of the ability names that come out with set. So I'll have to later today or tomorrow. Play some games on my own just to see what he does. Any case, it's gonna be set top there with the Ignite. It looks like instead of TB, Zach jungle, Syndra mid, Varus and Leona bot lane. So Wicked Scotty, we have seen before, you know, IIT's prowess on the 2v2 bot lane. So able to handle themselves. So if we keep our eyes on Orima, trying to see if how he can help influence his lanes. Maybe IIT will try to see if they can, you know, let the bot lane carry it out. Or maybe we're going to see how broken Set really is. In any case, it's going to be taking us now into the spectator delay. We're going to go into a quick commercial, not commercial break, but, you know, go on break screen. So, as we let the timer wind down. But when we get back, it'll be game 1 between UNL versus Illinois Tech Division C. Alright, appreciate everyone's patience. We are now back, loading now onto the Rift as the spectate delay has expired. I believe we're in CSL week 10, so I'm hoping that that lobby title is actually correct. In any case, if you're just with us tuning in, again, this is going to be University Nebraska Lincoln, or I don't know why they just call it Lincoln, Nebraska. Maybe there's a distinct difference against Illinois Tech anyway. Division C team. It's going to be the Spraygruun on the Cho'Gath Power 515, Ramus Master Carl on the Vagar, True Death GM on the Jinx, and Magica for Nami on UNL side. And then for IIT, we're going to have Cheese Snakes on Set, Orima on the Zac, Disperogi Syndra, Heart Seeker Varus with Pirate Windows, and Wicked Scotty on that Leona. I remember definitely, like, I think I was talking during the pick ban phase. I'm really looking forward to see if IIT's bot lane can still hold up against the competition, just because there was a specific game I know for sure that they were able to like deal with like 2v3 situations, and that really just pushed the team to like an impossible lead ahead of the opponent to pretty much bring them that win. Gonna getting ourselves onto the Rift now. Again, IIT will be on the red side. So, in terms of jungle clear, Rammus versus Zach, I don't know who wins. Honestly, I've played Rammus so few times that I barely remember. But with Zach, you know, the potential for the gank is probably his strongest factor. But against this kind of comp, I mean, maybe Jinx Nami with, if they're able to, if they waste their CC ability with the traps or the bubble, that might be a prime opportunity for them. But it's going to be us now loaded on, both looking like UNL is going to be spreading out as 5 IIT. A little bit of a haphazard exit, but looking like they're aiming to go for that bottom tri-bush. Set will be the first one to lead. They are going to see Magica coming out there. Set starts his level 1 with the knuckle down ability. Okay, so let me actually, while we're waiting for the jungle camps to spawn, to actually read what Set does. Give me a sec. Movement speed, 2 basic attacks bonus. Stop. I need to freeze. Oh, hold on. This Brogy coming in here. It's going to be putting the Q out, sending out a little bit of damage there. IIT shoving 2 wards right there. Rammus is going to be half healthed as he's looking to opt for the back, but with camp spawning in the next 20 seconds, it's definitely going to be a little bit delayed, but IIT electing to not use any strong CC abilities right at the start. Imagine like a Syndra E level 1 against Vega. I don't know, honestly. In any case, yep, so looking like bot lane's going to help their Rammus. Okay. Jinx is going to get knocked 3 times. Nami's going to help her right back up with a W. None the worse for wear. IIT will probably be getting to the bot lane first, so we'll definitely be sure to see if they're going to be aiming for like a level 2 insta engage. And then now top lane also just starting their way through whopping dominions. Nami's going to be taking a very delayed approach now, going back to lane actually. Already missing 3 minions from the looks of it. So level 2 advantage will definitely come faster for IIT with that in mind. Veigar starting off level 2 with the cage, getting knocked a little bit to just under 400 health there from the Syndra. Already going to have to pop his first health potion. And then a little bit of a level 2 engage here between Cheese and Ace. Nice knock up there from Cho'Gath. None the worse for wear. It's going to actually be Cho'Gath having the Glacial Augment there with him. Interesting choice, actually. I think that's not too bad against like a melee matchup. I'm not sure. Maybe leveling to E might for the extra slow as well. In any case, looking like as IIT reached level 2, they didn't seem to go in yet. So Nami now back at level 2, she'll just be just fine. Nice little sidestep there from Pirate Windows to avoid the Nami bubble. Veigar putting out a cautionary ward here onto the river as Rammus, just finishing up his blue buff, will be looking for a gank or scuttle possibility. Orima now doing a full clear of his blue, finishing up the Raptors, and now just onto his red is going to finally be coming in. It's going to be Rammus though, getting the cage, getting nice cleanse there, but the taunt followed by Rammus is going to be taking that Syndra very low. So cleanse used on the Veigar, but gets followed up by the Rammus stun. Nice layer of CC there from UNL there for sure. But Syndra holding on to the flash. Well played. She's going to have to back all the way, but with the first back, might grab maybe a Mana Crystal, or, yep, there it goes. What did we call it? Sapphire Crystal, Sapphire Crystal. It is going to be the Orima and Power 515 shaking hands here. Another stun, another double layer of CC, forcing the flash out from the Zac. He's going to be going right back out. Set. Nice little delay there. If he kept walking up, he would have gotten the knockup. Could have been some more damage landed, but 2 summoners there, 2 flashes there for IIT, and a flash for Veigar as well. Maybe, I think he moved up for a flash cage. Not going to be able to get any kills though, as IIT uses a decent amount, UNL uses a decent amount of resources to try to secure a first blood, but none yet. It's going to be Power 515 finishing up the scuttle here, giving a little bit of vision for the team. Wicked Scotty though taking true death very low as Pyre Window is still layering a lot of damage, forcing the Jinx to finally pop her pot. Nice little CS lead that IIT has got themselves there in the bot lane for sure. Cheese and Eggs, after that initial engage, is going to be backing up with a coming back with a longsword and boots on him. Orima now finally taking the scuttle of his own here. What do we call it? Yeah, it's scuttle. And then it's going to be Rammus now finally going for his first back. Stalker's Blade here for Zach. Probably Cinderhulk builds for both, maybe, I would assume. Nice little grab there from the set. I was still reading up his abilities. W for the Haymaker. I know the ult's mega fun to use, but... And then the E smash on either side and grabs. Okay, got it. I know how... It's like Mega Vi. It's like what you wanted Vi to be. 5.5 minutes in now. No first bloods yet, though. Couple summoners used on both sides. Disparoki pushing a nice big wave there. Is level 6. Could be looking for a full-on engage. He's not going to have to ignite for the insurance, but a little bit of damage there. Could finish him. It is going to be the flash. The cleanse. Pretty much useless there for the Veigar in that kind of scenario. And Disparoki barely walks out with 30 HP. Power 515. Powerless to help as he was going with the Raptors. Rammus is going to be coming around here for the bend, but he's going to be safely tucked in behind the tower. Nice first blood there to get the Hawks going. IIT leads by about 1k gold here at the 6.5 minute mark. Going to be a TP from the Cho'Gath as he's coming back with the Lost Chapter. Good lord. Is that going to be like a Luden's Cho'Gath, or what else do you get with the Lost Chapters? I need to have a breakdown of like items for reference next time. Orima coming into the jungle here for UNL, but not going to be finding any camps. But he will be spotted by a, might be spotted by a ward here. Orima taking his time through the jungle. Oh nope, it's finally spawning. So, not for the worst of chances, but level 6 is going to be approached here by both top laners. In terms of an all-in, I feel like the Spray Goon might have the edge on it in terms of just the item advantage, but the nice combo ability there from Cheese and Eggs is gonna actually have him catch almost back up in CS, I think. Not too bad. Bot lane's gonna go with their back here. Chalice gonna be used on Nami. Interesting. So looking like maybe the Athenes, I guess, for the first item is what she's looking at. And actually, UNL is going to be spotting the Zac as he was preparing an E, not going to get any more though. Nice big wave there for Disparoki to handle on her own. And Power 15515 and Orima roughly the same in terms of level XP. I think Power is just a little bit ahead. He's going to be going for the scuttle here in the bot side though. Will be the second one there secured. He's going to be spotted by the ward here, placed by the Jinx, but unless they're going to go for a smite secure, which will be very fun to watch, and always very. And it is going to be the smite secure there from Power 15515. No wards there, giving Zac the knowledge that he was waiting inside the bush. So that's going to ensure that he gets to level 6 faster than the Zac likely after he finishes up those Raptors. IIT now also in the bot side here. Pyre Windows is going to be level 6 first, so will the Jinx. Both supports hovering it at the level 5. Maybe the first engage we'll see in a 2v2 bot fight. Not sure if both sides are confident in trying to force it. Set's going to come back with the Tiamat though. He's got a big wave to handle first before he can look for anything more. Another knock up there, taking Cheese and Eggs to under half health. The ult, one more auto could have done it. Actually, he has already used ult, it looks like. The Feast being used there to push maybe on a minion perhaps, but this Brogy, nice little knock up there. One more Q perhaps, and the Veigar cage will delay anything more from the Syndra. Level 6 now here for both supports, so not gonna see both summoners available. And actually, excuse me, heal has been used by Jinx though. It looks like maybe in an earlier skirmish, but yeah, maybe we'll just have to. Might be one of those situations where it just relies on first jungle gank and then to go for the fight. But Wicked Scotty setting his eyes on it. It is going to be landing a nice QE. He's going to push out her wave. Going to have to trap. Nice Varus stun. Could be followed up. Nice dodge there, though, from the nice little heal there for Pyro Windows to keep Scotty just above health. But the Varus ultimate keeping Nami rooted and having her hold on to her flash. But looking like IIT maybe coming out just ahead. And excuse me, with all of that bot lane action going on, I missed that the Power 515 stealing away Orima's red buff. He's going to instantly maybe get a flicker of having that come away, and he is going to see the the Rammus come all the way around. Nice little E splatter there onto the Rammus to get himself a kill, and hey, I'll take that double buff, thank you very much. IIT, not sure if they're going to commit themselves for this Herald. That's a very impatient Herald, as he's going to, Shelly will walk back to the Rift, and IIT looks like they want to get themselves started with the 3-man approach. Veigar actually waddling his way down to the bot side. No vision there from IIT, but a couple pings makes them think that something might be up. Bot side there clearing up the wave. It's going to have Wicked Scotty walk all the way back. No ward though for him, and waiting in bush here could be dangerous here as these Power 515 will come in here. They're going to be narrowing down here onto the Veigar. Nice little stun there. CC Cleanse will push away Master Carl, but that's a Wicked Scotty very low. Power 515 going to try to hold on as much as he can, but the Earthquake or Shadow, whatever from 515, going to be able to take out the Leona, and nice stopwatch there from the Veigar to just delay himself. Gonna have to flash and cleanse himself out of that situation from Syndra. She had already used ult earlier on the Rammus though at that Herald pit, so IIT though, UNL still showing signs of life here as we're now reaching the 10-minute mark, and Power 515 hovering up onto that hovering in with that dragon. That's another objective that Power 515 finds himself stuck in. Syndra going to try to do what she can. Orima coming in here for the help. Maybe another ult going to be used, but Pirate 515 is looking for the fight. Nice ult from the arrow is going to be getting a kill there, and they're being pushed into their own jungle. Wicked Scotty with the respawn. Magic is going to be having to Magica going to have to be eliminated. Jinx going to be eliminated, and IIT responds back with 3 kills there and with the dragon to their name. Nice response there from the Hawks. Good collapse, pushing themselves out. Orima, Power 515, very trigger happy on those objectives, and you know, that's something that needs to be worked out definitely by UNL to make sure that they're keeping an eye out in terms of objective control, knowing when their enemy laners are out and about. With that Herald that the Zac, Set, and Syndra had secured themselves earlier, that's going to be starting to get a little bit of turret plating here, and probably get all turrets to their name, potentially. Power 515 looking like he wants to send a rocket from downtown. Going to be a little bit more turret plating there. Now with only about a minute and a half left. That's left untouched there for Cho'Gath. A couple plates there gone for the set. Dispirogi inside the cage once again, trying to go fight this Veigar head on. Ult barely going to tickle Dispirogi as another 1v1 there for Syndra. And IIT moving around the map effectively, looking like they want to put some damage there onto that mid tier 1 turret. Gonna have a wave there following up there just to help things out. No, they didn't get the canyon. Always unlucky. A little bit of damage there from Leona will start things off, and no, that's gonna be... I said Ludens earlier, I forgot about GOP 800. The Hex Tech. So looking like it's just gonna shoot out those frost bolts to get those slows on the enemy, but it's gonna be a, you know, that's not gonna give health to Cho'Gath, right? No, it's only AP and mana, so maybe he's only relying on the ult for the damage, for the health. I have no clue. What a weird, interesting style. I don't think I've seen Cho'Gath build this first item. Maybe it's a thing. Haven't played solo queue in so long. Actually, I've sidetracked. I've been grinding out Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's been a very fun game to just like not have to deal with online chatter every now and then. So very, very big change in pace. But anyway, back to the game. Level 9 here, going to be Bork completed there for the Varus. Jinx looking like she's maybe aiming for Essence Reaver or IE, I guess. But the Shard as well. Scotty inside the bush, lying in wait. Leona ult, always with a ridiculously low cooldown, already back at them. Not sure if IIT looking like UNL has learned their lesson though. Not going to take any more risks in terms of trying to go for a straight up engage, especially when the Rammus is not around. Orima just slightly behind there from the Rammus as he continues to do once again another kind of roam into the jungle, putting a little bit of a central vision with that control ward onto near the red jungle. But you know, this is just delaying the camps, but you know, having to walk all the way up here to the Krugs. Nice cleanse there from Disbroken to time it to be able to get away from the Rammus. Sorry. I was annoyed. I was distracted by the Zac, but Set's gonna be coming back here. Gonna be putting some damage there. Nice little ult to push himself. Orima gonna try to do what he can, pushing his ult out. Cheese and eggs barely holding on. He's gonna have to force himself to flash out. Also avoids the Jinx Rocket, 60 health. IIT wins that engage, but Pyro Window's getting slowed by the wave and looking like during that time, Wicked Scotty unleashed. IIT bot lane unleashed the payload upon them, forcing Jinx going to have to back all the way back into lane. A first turret there secured there for the Hawks. Half turret there for the top lane, and not too much done here, but Orima getting a nice little bit of CC damage there on this Bragoon, but the damage is just not there yet for the Cho'Gath, or the health, you know, that too. But he did have his ult. Ult for him looking like it's going to do just over 600 damage, it looks like. 600 true damage on champions, so if it gets to a point in late game, you know, could just munch any one of those guys up. But, you know, IIT not giving UNL a chance to really respond as the next set of objectives are going to be coming up. Second set of Heralds or Shellys coming up. A Cloud Drake also going to be coming up in a couple minutes, so IIT just looking like UNL is going to have to reset, try to see what they can maybe do to get themselves back into the game. The next objectives are probably going to be the ones that really make or break if UNL does not prepare themselves for the fight. They are going to be spotting that Leona Varus there, but no members here from UNL there to come in. It is going to be Power 515 getting another little bit of a getting another bit of a smite steal, but Wicked Scotty does not want to let that go through. Ooh, nice little E capture. The stun, one more auto could do it. It's just so slow. Varus. Oh my god! Pirate Windows with the Modern Warfare 360 no scope. Absolute Chad move. Hold on, let me fast forward this. Okay, so the bolt knockup doesn't go through for the Cho'Gath because she plants it after, but Rammus is at 40 HP. And this is a blind shot. I don't think you have vision anymore after that Leona goes, but he perfectly timed this shot to go right through his soul. Look at that. And it was the max range. Look at that! If the Rammus opted to go maybe like for on the outskirt here, I think he'd be able to get away with it, but instead hugging it on the inside of the turret allows that shot to connect. Well played there from the Varus for sure. And we were already talking about the second set of objectives, so that's going to cause 4 deaths onto the Rammus, and IIT 5 men here hovering there on the top. Going to be finding these Dr. Spraygoon, going to be forcing him to flash out this Brokey, lobbing a Q. Not going to be getting a kill, but that will be the second and final Herald. They're captured in favor of IIT. You are now going to try to see what they can come back here with the Cloud Drake set in its sight. It's going to be taken very low, should be secured with the Jinx, and one of the buffs, actually, in case you, for reference, actually, is that now Jinx gets excited when she takes over large objectives like that, like the Baron, like the Dragon. I don't know if it takes over the, I don't know if it works for Herald. I would assume so, but in any case, IIT is going to try to see if they can take out this tower before Shelly gets a charge. That helps things a bit. It's still going to be full health. Veigar sends out a K. She's going to be pretty low mana. Might not be able to assist his team anymore. And Set, in fact, winning out on a 1v1. Barely walking out away again. Once again, Herald at 1k health. Really tough spot now for UNL to come back here. Wicked Scotty throwing out an E out of nowhere. Not going to be able to land. They're going to be trying to make sure that they can get the Herald removed. It's going to be 3 ults, I think. 2 ults at least being lobbed there for IIT. Wicked Scotty going to be taking a bunch of damage. I know the stun not going to be enough. Walked into the Veigar trap, unfortunately. If he didn't touch it, I think he'd have just enough time. So that's unfortunate, though. But not too bad, as Leona doesn't have any shutdown gold of anything of the sort. Knight's Vow is actually going to be the first item for that MR. I normally do... excuse me, Locket first item. I normally do Knight's Vow, but Veigar going to be trying to launch himself right back out. But Dr. Spraygoon helping things out for his team. Orima going to try to bounce his way out of the out from the map, and that's going to be another Veigar flash cage attempt, but it's not going to work. That's Disbrogi spamming that ping to let the team know that, hey, we only lose the I only die for it. I can take it. But that first death for Syndra will be giving a little bit of bonus gold there for the Cho'Gath, 600 in fact, as he's got the Twin Shadows now locked in for his team as well. So now gonna have to see, you know, in the 5v5 fight, will IIT be able to respond to that damage from them? It's going to be Cheese Snakes walking all the way from around Wicked Scotty, clearing out the ward, going to be securing these wolves, and inhib base is cracked open, but mid inhib is still holding on. So what's going to be the next moves from IIT and UNL? Looking like Cho'Gath roaming about. Actually, that ward placed by Orima is still there. UNL is definitely going to have to keep an eye out for it next game if they're going to be on the same side for sure. Zach going to be spotted out by the wards at the Cho'Gath just placed. He's going to be going for the Krugs though. Looking like Dr. Spraygoon wants to be coming back for that. Should be able to secure it. Actually, no. The knock up there from the Cho'Gath Q will be able to get it. Orima just going to be getting a little bit of that experience from those camps. Master Carl though, putting Pirate Windows in a tight spot. Nice little dodge on the not to be scared by the Veigar cage. Pirate Windows, good discipline on that. Not being too trigger happy, but the Orima and Power 515 exchanging a couple of greetings, as we're kind of in that weird ARAM stage where objectives aren't clear to the pretty much waiting for the next objective to push out any leads, as IIT puts 3 members there into the top lane, just trying to continue to choke out members, and Cheese and Eggs flexing with the crunches on Veigar. Another Chad move. Yeah, not sure if IIT, looking like IIT doesn't want to risk like a full 5v5 fight, just going to try to see what they can do. But it's going to be Wicked Scotty knowing that Power 515 is inside the map. This Brokey though is going to be stuck inside. Nice silencer is going to have the Syndra get very low. She's going to be munched up by that Dr. Spraygoon, and Wicked Scotty going into 1v1 in fact pretty much against Power 515. He's going to barely have the auto to be able to go through. He's going to get the knockup plant and nothing more. So that Cho'Gath using his ult to land now. Yeah, still a decent chunk of damage there for against the members of IIT. Orima's going to start things up by trying to just put some CC, but it's going to be Locket of Solari launched by Wicked Scotty, but not going to be enough. Jinx looking like she wants to go diving right in there. Power Wind is going to be caught up by the bubble. Damage there is from that Cho'Gath AP items is taking them too low. Cheese Snakes is going to have to flash out. Rammus now finally back into the fight. Can Orima hold off on the team? It's going to be Pyre Windows pushing his ult out. Pyre Windows running for his life here as the Dragon Ocean Drake is going to be spawning soon. Cheese Snakes continue to get his way out there. It's going to be a plant. Orima trying to get his team execute the payload. No, Orima, you're a goner. Can they save it with the passive? No, he's going to be flying over the wall. That's going to be a kill there for UNL. Dragon is up. Looking like this Dragon could be secured by members of UNL, but this Rogi, Veigar Cage now helping things out for the team as they're trying to constantly using lots of summoners to keep them at bay. But Wicked Scotty is going to try to see what he can do to help out, but there's too much damage there to help to go through. Cleanse going to be used by Veigar to get away from the from the Leona. Wicked Scotty not there for the damage. She is going to be able to get that 1v1, 1v3 against Rammus. One more auto will do it to be able to get Dr. Spraygoon, but Pirate Windows coming back here with now 2.5 items. Ginsu's and Borg and BF is going to be finally being able to take down the Cho'Gath. Wicked Scotty still want to fight his way through it. The damage is barely there. He's going to get stunned from the Veigar cage. The fight is still going on almost for a full minute. Navi wave is going to cap on going. Good lord. And I think we can finally take a breath with almost a constant minute of fighting, I believe. I thought that UNL was going to be opting for the Dragon, but they are still looking for the fight. IIT still trying to take these fights, uneven fights, just taking inherent advantage of the gold lead, I think. 5K, you know, I think probably even higher before before UNL got some kills. So, you know, Cho'Gath definitely coming online now with the AP damage. You know, Veigar cage, the CC is enough to dissuade IIT members from 5v5 fights. So, you know, I only thing I would recommend is, you know, flashing Veigar E cage is really only effective if, like, you have a team to follow up with you. I think a lot of those situations we didn't see that go through. Chisenake's able to secure the ground with a nice little leash from Jinx as there are pings being sent out. Perhaps a Baron call. IIT trying to set up whatever vision that they can. There's only going to be, I think, one ward in the area to be able to give UNL any knowledge of what's going on inside past that blue jungle. You know, so walking in blind in those kind of situations might not be the best move. Control wards just continuing to cut out that vision, but UNL does know with this ward here in mind that the Baron call is not going to be executed as of yet. Leona trying to just making sure that all of the flanks are being watched out for. It's going to be tier 2 lockdown there for IIT. Things are going to be started off though with Set diving all the way there onto the Veigar. He's going to be using the Zhonya's to be able to avoid the damage, and that's a very low Syndra. So far IIT going 1 for 1. Pirate Windows able to heal back up with some of that lifesteal from the Bork, but Cho'Gath still holding on to a level 2 ult. Could be dangerous as the fight both members go even. They are going to spot Syndra finishing up that scuttle. And I don't think IIT is confident in executing a Baron play as of yet. Wicked Scotty just going to try to do what they can to hold on to any CC. This is a crazy call just for a ward. That's going to be a very low Scotty, going to be chunked all the way into play. Please don't use ult. Okay, thank God. So, called out for a ward. Always unlucky. You know, that's something that you need to tell your team way ahead of time. It's like, I want to clear this ward. Do I have backup? Nope, because Varus is here. Syndra's all the way back here finishing Scuttle, and Set had the back. So, unfortunate there from the Hawks, giving a little bit of breathing space, but it's going to be flashing Pirate Windows right out to avoid any of that taunting from Rammus. And another valuable summoner is being blown in fear of the CC possibilities from UNL that I mentioned earlier in the pick ban phase. So 27 minutes in, IIT leading at 18 and 10, but again, the longer that game goes, the more time it gives UNL to catch up. Jinx late game is going to be nasty. Cho'Gath late game going to be nasty. Don't get me even started with Veigar and his nastiness potential. What is we at? 196 stacks. Look at that. So we've got time to cast, but I don't know if IIT's got time to wait until they have to pull a strong call to be able to get at least 3-4 members down to finally start pulling in some super minions into the base. Once again, you know, I'm getting a little bit of deja vu as IIT keeps hovering towards this top side, but, you know, wave clear potential from UNL is going to be there. So it's going to be Twin Shadows being sent out to try to see whatever members that they can find. It's going to find Orima. It's going to have the Set coming in with the flank. Another Zhonya's there. He's going to have his flash available. Nice cleanse, but the Varus Q is going to follow things up. Nice, another knock up onto the Rams, and this could be the final push here for IIT to be able to get themselves. But no, they're not going to risk that. They're just going to go for the Baron. You know, 5 members strong, still a decent amount of ultimates. Leona's still with her ult, Syndra's still with her ult. There's going to be enough CC and damage to have a strong push, and UNL is pretty much a make it or break it. Jinx with her rocket. Are we going to see the miracle steal? It's going to be going on its way. It's going. Does connect, but not able to do the damage through. Still at 4k health. And that's going to be a Baron power play for 5 members on the for all Hawks will be able to get that Baron buff on them. Another dragon here spawning Ocean to be possibly the 3rd dragon for IIT, not the Soul. No souls yet until you get 4 dragons, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be now a very big Varus coming back here with 3 damage items with the IE, Bork, and Ginsus, and now looking like he's going to maybe go for a Phantom Dancer, Static, either one. He's already so big, still with a perfect KDA as well, so not sure if, you know, they want to opt for... Not sure if they're going to, at this point, if it matters when he's so big, so fed up. Basically a full item ahead. Hold on. Set going to be stunned here. Going to have to walk all the way back to the tier 1 mid, but Dragon not being started yet, but that's going to be a Jinx getting a little bit of CC. Orima channeling an E, but it's going to be starting an engage off as members are being closed off. GOP 800 going to be pushing away the Cho'Gath, going to have him flash out just to avoid the Zac knockup, and he's going to be grabbed onto by some Zac tentacles, but not anything more. The damage there from on Magicka is going to be taking Disrogi solo. IIT now pushing themselves with the Baron buff. Disrogi barely avoiding the death, but Varus still holding on strong. Leona trying to soak up whatever damage. Nice locket to keep the members healthy just for a little bit. Another, oh my lord, that E, excuse me, that, I think it's E or W, whatever. That nearly, I saw 600 damage just disappear from Jinx in the blink of an eye. I'm pretty sure that was Set's ability. So Baron still with about decent amount left, is going to let the Hawks finally crack open the base, get 2 kills to their name, onto Magicka, onto Power 515, and empty out the jungle once again. And, you know, with this dragon in mind here, UNL doesn't have a lot of options left to come back to the game. Jinx, you know, still maybe 3k, 4k, yeah, behind the Varus, basically a full item. Needs to have her team be able to set themselves up for it. You know, in this kind of setting, I think with Ram, I think playing for the CC is the best option. You know, like, let IIT make the mistake first. You know, maybe Orima dives too deep, Cheese and Eggs dives too deep. You know, or even Wicked Scotty. You know, Wicked Scotty prone to maybe trying to look for those initiations, being too trigger happy. But you know, the Rammus will melt. 193, not enough items, not enough to be dealing under that brute force of the Syndra, Varus, AP, AD damage. And then, yeah, Cho'Gath with finally starting into Warmox, hovering at, what, 3.5k health, is only able to soak up so much. I think it's got to be a frontline only option now for UNL, maybe, to get themselves back into the game. They've got the CC abilities. I think they got to maybe choose to... They have to CC certain members from the fight, you know. Maybe use Nami Wave to displace the fight, cut the fight in half, focus on the front line, try to be able to kill them. If not, just keep cutting back. You know, they've got the tools to kite and disengage these fights, but perhaps just IIT's initiation and follow-up is just too strong. It's going to be trying to go for the catch here. Wicked Scotty going to be stuck inside the bush. 4 members there. That shielding, though, from Cheese Eggs is going to be finally taking down the set, but Leona will be walking all the way back to base to try to get himself back. And Wicked Scotty, please don't get baited by a ward again. I swear to God. It's going to be Pirate Windows hovering onto his ult, going to be getting the stun onto the Varus, and that damage is not going to be there. Finally catches the Varus with his first death. IIT going to be getting... a pretty big misplay, actually. Wicked Scotty gets baited by a ward once again. Allows the Rammus time to speed back up to get onto the team, and then the Veigar E-Cage being landing on the Varus, you know, avoids, you know, 3-4 autos that could have turned the fight, and no ult from Varus either. That's going to be just a little bit of respite there for UNL. Both Nexus turrets are, you know, pretty healthy, so it's got to be just another big play, I think, in order for IIT to just seal the deal. But, you know, UNL still holding on to the game, still not giving up. So I respect that. Yeah. Finally, some of that late game showing here now for these late game champs like Veigar, like Jinx. So she's gonna have the Runons. That'll help things out as definitely in terms of if they have to deal with like a lot of wave clear. As long as as long as UNL, keeps that CC kind of up, it'll definitely help things along. Those slows from the Twin Shadows and GLP is very oppressive. You don't if you're caught out in that situation and your team's not with you, I think that's what UNL is relying on. That's what they're trying to play their comp with. But in terms of where everything else is in the game, I think Red Wave is doing Spot Side is doing a small push. Cheese Snakes, another fight for a ward once again. But it's going to be Wicked Scotty going to be starting to get himself locked down. No flash to get him out of the fight. Pirate Windows looking going to be able to secure that kill. It's going to be IIT members not really too much worse for the wear. They've got 2 Oceans actually, in fact, to help get themselves right back up. But it's going to be the second Baron now started from IIT. Cho'Gath is going to be seen coming into the bush. This Pierogi, though, lying in wait. It's going to be a very slow Syndra if that Dr. Spraygoon continues to go to look for the fight. But are the members of IIT ready to go for the turn? It's going to be Varus and Zach going for that 2-man. A decent hold to hold them back. This Pierogi looking like he wants to go for the fight. Holy, what did I just sound the flash from? It's going to be the ult just instantly launched here. This Pierogi is going to try to force the flash. One more Q will follow up into 1v1 situation. Nami Magica not going to be there. She's going to have to flash right off the Wolf Pit. And IIT now looking like that they're going to have to crack open this inhib once again. Can they go for the tower and end the game though? Pirate Windows, his ult going to be needing another 20 seconds. Maybe not this wave, but it's going to be Dr. Spraygoon finding a Leona. Nothing much else though. Thornmail now completed for both the Cho'Gath and the Varus. It's going to have to scare them from getting too low, but pings are being sent out for another dragon, the 3rd Ocean Drake, in fact. Which, if IIT secures it, will grant them the soul. The Dragon Soul. I've never casted an Elder Dragon yet, but I don't know if I want to. I don't really know if I want to. There we go. So 4 dragons now to IIT's name. So they're going to have the, looking like it's going to be the Ocean Dragon Soul, generating tons of health back. What is it? It's 80 mana over 4 seconds. It's, objectively, props to UNL for trying to go for those, for taking the first lead on it, but unfortunately without the team to help them out, for that Rammus, it's what set them up behind so far in the game. Now, finally, IIT not looking like they want to go topside anymore. Instead, they're going to be pushing this wave here into bot. Syndra coming all the way around. Set, maybe the answer has to be attacking it from 2 fronts, which is, I think, the approach that they're going for. So, going to have to make some calls on that for sure. I think Set can handle himself 1v1 against the Cho'Gath. But the Cho'Gath is going to be needed, for just the presence, the health, and whatnot. The wave clear there is coming out from UNL. They've got enough of that from all of that CC to just hold everything at bay. Cannon minions though are going to try to push themselves out. The range is going to be pushing out, and Set cracks the base, forcing UNL going to have to make a respond. It's got to be the all-in. They cannot afford to let the game keep dragging out like this. I don't think so, unless IIT makes a really bad decision. But Set, pings coming out as they want to be going for the Set. Magica going to try to be landing a bubble, not going to be landing, and that's going to be the second inhib here, finished up by Set. Now minions finally pushing onto the Nexus turret. It's looking like they're just going to have to wait it out for the one end all be all 3 inhibs down here for it. It's going to be things starting off. Nami Wave going to be pushing out the Syndra. Rammus going all the way back in, trying to hold out whatever members, but very taking the Pirate Windows extremely low, in fact, forcing the flash out, forcing his ult, but taking out 2 members of UNL in the process. He's going to have that lifesteal to bring himself back up into a nice, healthy position. True Death is going to be nearly going to have to be having to go back to the base to regen some health, and Vagar with his ult not going to be available until the next 20 seconds. Cho'Gath with his not available either. It's going to look like IIT's ready to close out the game. Going to be the Vagar falling down. Going to be the Jinx falling down. Going to be Cho'Gath. Gonna be finally falling down, and that will be game 1 in IIT's favor. Well played to UNL. Well played to IIT. IIT takes game 1. 30-14. 68.3k to 56k gold. Well played. So unfortunately, I was rooting for Pirate to go deathless in this game, but the what was the play? I think it was in Blue Jungle, something. No. It was the one that they, yeah. Leona gets caught in the ward at gate, inside Blue Jungle. She's trying to run out. They had already killed Set earlier, and she's walking all the way back down to lane, and then Vagar Cage just booty blast Varus into being inexistent in that fight. MVP though is definitely, I think, Varus. Syndra definitely able to pull out some 1v1 kills for sure, but I definitely enjoyed the CC potential that we saw a couple times for those bot side plays to secure IIT for sure. Yeah, match 1. It's a tie between Varus and Syndra, but if I had to decide, I'd say Varus. Yeah, tough day for the Ramisto for sure. Just because just because of the just because of those objectives that he tried for, getting caught inside the as he was taking Zach's red buff, and then also and then propelling himself over to the Rift Herald, and then also getting the knock up there from the Syndra, and then also the Cloud Drake. I think the first Drake or something like that they had to die for. So that's definitely tough for the jungler, especially. But well played though for the Hawks for game 1. I think I definitely enjoyed. That was a fun cast. I think my favorite part was like the full like 1.5 minutes of fighting. That like everybody was just like fighting nonstop. It was like it's like someone died right at like near the inhib at UNL's base. And then as they're respawning and coming back to the fight's just still pushing themselves back into the Dragon Pit. That one was a fun one. I'll have to definitely replay to see if I like actually casted that correctly, but yeah, fun stuff. In terms of let's see what's going on with my Twitch chat. A couple stuff from Divine. Set literally Vi. Ludens? Yeah, he didn't do Ludens. He did the GOP. Yeah, so I feel like Ludens is the GOP intention for UNL was the CC control, right? It's not looking for like the spray damage, but I think it was really good. Like I know what I have a pretty good feeling what they were intending to do with that play, but unfortunately just a lot of those early objectives just like not in their favor to push them ahead into the lead. That's unfortunate for sure, but a couple of follows as well. Definitely not a weeaboo. Appreciate that follow. Not sure about that IGN, but hey, you do you, buddy. Soccer515, I believe that's also based off of the Power 515. Appreciate you following. Thanks for keeping in touch. Yeah, it's we try to, if you're new to our program or if you're new to like how we cast our games, we just, it's pretty much just all student driven. As a student club, everyone's really passionate about esports, whether playing or management for coaches and teams and analysts, and then content stuff like streaming, like YouTube, like graphics design. And so no better place to learn than trying to use your skills that you learn in school, whether directly as like a architecture, Photoshop kind of stuff, versus like just general business knowledge or coordinating kind of stuff that you're gonna remember and apply whether you're in esports or not after college, right? So it's looking like both teams will be going for another pro draft. So unless there's any questions, I think I'm just gonna go on a little bit of a minute break to just get some water, catch back up, and then when we get back, it's gonna be game 2 of IIT versus UNL Thanks. Alrighty, welcome back. We are now in the pick ban phase for Game 2 of the series of University Nebraska Lincoln Huskers White against Illinois Tech Division C. Alright, there's my music back because I've gotten multiple comments that I need to have music playing at the same time apparently when I when I do pick bans because no one just wants to hear my voice. Anyway, it's going to be a quick change of the roster actually as well. Mars 9 going to be taken here in the top lane now for IIT, and Cheese and Eggs back in the jungle. This Brogy though, once again mid, Pirate Windows, bottom, and Wicked Scotty as support. Looking like UNL also with the same roster. It's going to be Sprague on top, Power 515 jungle, Master Carl in the mid, True Death in the bottom, and Magica on the support. First phase of bans here for both sides is going to be the Cho'Gath, Olaf, and Vayne taken out here for IIT. And this, if I remember right, or if I can find the old shot, I think. Yeah, last time IIT went for the Olaf, Jhin, and Vayne ban first, so looking like this time they just don't want to be dealing with that AP Cho'Gath potential. But for first phase of picks here for IIT, now on the blue side is going to be Mars 9 on that Darius, Cheese and Eggs on the Kane Classic in the jungle, and this Brogy on that Diana mid. Dr. Sprague, now with his Cho'Gath taken out, is going to be going for the Mundo top. It's going to be helped out with Power 515 there with the Amumu jungle and Nico here for mid. So a couple of changes. I don't think we saw any bans in game 1 from of the Nico, so could be a surprise pick for the Hawks to deal with, for sure. Second round of bans is actually going to be seeing the Annie and Trundle. Annie being removed once again, I believe, from IIT. Looking like, the more I think about it, I think they're aiming that at the support. I think they don't want to have the potential maybe for Magica to just do any kind of that burst damage availability. But for UNL, excuse me, it's going to be Blitzcrank and Rakan taken out. So we saw Blitz banned earlier. Interesting how they let Wicked Scotty. They didn't ban the Leona, but looking like Wicked Scotty just doesn't want to be playing that anymore. In fact, looking like it's going to be, of all things, a Veigar support being locked in. I'm not sure if that's intentional. I want to say no, but I don't know at this point anymore, because maybe Wicked Scotty just wants to turn on his own in terms of a 1v1 situation. But you know, Xayah, Veigar in the bot lane, I guess the potential is there with the cage and with the Xayah feathers maybe to lock some CC and her ult, I guess. But for the bot side though, for UNL, they've got the Jhin Morgana. You know, Morgana, all she needs to do, puts the W right under her feet, instantly gives availability for Jhin to land his W for the stun. So, especially with the black shield from Morgana, you know, could essentially just make the Veigar useless with the cage, depending on, you know, who gets those first levels. But that will do it though for the pick ban phase. We're gonna be going into spectator delay, and in response, a 2-minute break as well, as we let the spectator delay expire, and then when we get back, it's going to be game 2 of the series. Thanks everyone. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Getting ourselves now started into Game 2. If you're just tuning in with us today, we just saw IIT take a Game 1 victory against UNL. Very dominant Syndra mid performance and Varus on that bot side. So, what can hoping, UNL still holding on strong, going to take us maybe to game 3 perhaps, or will IIT close it out? Hashtag IIT win, hashtag UNL win. For sure, let us know in the chat. But it's going to be IIT there onto the blue side with J Mars 9 on the Darius, Cheese and Eggs on the Kane, Disperogi, Diana, Zaya with Pirate, Windows, and Wicked Scotty with the Glacial Vagar. Look at this Chud. Literally. Just untapped power right here in this guy's mind. Big brain. Huge brain. But we're going to be hit instantly by the technical game pause as Power 515 has notified us that top dive. and he back. Alrighty. Let's check ourselves here. Amumu jungle is the standard. I main Amumu jungle. That's the only jungler I play. When past like season 9, 8, and 7, I just main support and secondary was jungle, and in role queue, and whenever I got jungle, it was the Amumu. It's a very stable pick. Just needs to have good game sense to be good with Amumu. In fact, it's not like any of these other crazy champions that need to do 15 different passives. Looking at you, Aphelios, and whatnot. But Hawks just showed that they have the ability to be able to play set in a 5-man comp for sure, so that's always fun to watch. And another invade here from the Hawks once again is actually going to have Power 515 walk right into the members. It's going to be a very sad boy. And no, that's not the real Mumu. That's a Neko. That's a Nico. So, the true debate. And the all chat rude. You hate to see it, but at the same time, you gotta respect the Hawks. They do not let anything go by for them, and they will take whatever that they can. Always helps to have Azaya with the first blood. If she backed like instantly right after that kill, she could have gotten first blood. Should have gotten a longsword to get back with. But all right. A little bit of action to get things started, but it's going to look like IIT is going to opt with the red buff here first for the Kane, while Amumu will have to cry these Raptors himself. I thought E's better for Raptors level 1 because of the reset, but what do I know? There is going to be a ward though spotting out that blue buff here for UNL, so when Kane comes around for it, they'll have the read on it. And they know now that the bot side here for UNL did not help Amumu with their leash either. So we're gonna be starting things off with a Q of her own. Gonna miss while Vagar lands his right smack dab in the face. Yeah, again, I want to see if UNL wants to play that style of like just pull W and then abilities, but it pretty much requires like simultaneous coordination. Like you basically have to channel the W as you throw out the Morgana pull. Otherwise they'll get the read on it. So we'll see. Gonna be level 2 reached here on both sides. Pool is gonna connect, just like I said, but Jin doesn't look like he's gonna go for any kind of engages like that right from the bat. Amumu finishing up the Raptors, and red is going to go for the Gromp. But Kane is going to be coming back around for a gank of his own as they're looking in a 1v2v1 situation. It's going to be forcing out Dr. Spraygoon to be getting the... Oh, one auto could do it. One more auto could have potentially done it. He is nuts, and Dr. Spraygoon with the flash play, in fact. Well played from Cheese and Eggs. Letting that Kane go through is selfish, in my opinion. If maybe they weren't expecting that roster change, but unfortunate. Power 515 is going to have to finally take away the blue buff to get some of that mana back. Not really in a position to look for a gank though. Pirate, UNO, and IIT here in the bot lane pretty much even in terms of getting the level experience, and cutting off the Jhin is an interesting position, but that's going to be the Morgana Q landing. It's going to be moving right up to it. Power 515, throwing out the tongue, throwing out the bandage. It's not a tongue, it's a bandage. But my friends and I always say tongue, and we always, I never always get memed for this. Alright, sorry. I digress. It's going to be, though, Veigar going to have to flash right out just to avoid that Amumu bandage. And we go right back at it. And I think this is my first time actually looking at the mid lane. A couple blows being exchanged here, even in terms of the CS for both sides. So, we'll have to see. Morgana Q's having a hard time in landing, and she's not going to have any mana either. Could this be the case? And the stun's going to go through. That's going to be a lot of damage. Going to be Ignite secured as well. Wicked Scotty going to be having to Ignite go through. Morgana not having the discipline to hold out to touch the cage, unfortunately, essentially takes double the stasis. It's going to be Disrogi doing a nice little dodge there to avoid the bandage, but Cheese is going to be throwing out a smite onto the Nico, spooking her out a bit. Not going to be seeing anything more, though. Pretty much all of the abilities are being used here, but another kill here secured for IIT's bot lane to put themselves onto the board, starting their dominance already at the 5-minute mark and getting to first play. IIT diving as well onto the Nico. IIT is not shying away from any kind of fight that they think that they can take here now. Take a look again. So Amumu throws out the Q. They know it forces the Flash Ignite. One more auto will do it. Jesus. These guys are hungry for blood and early game. Alrighty. IIT going to be content with taking down almost 2 plates, I believe, and going to be going for their first back. That's going to be a nice bit of gold there to get the Xayah in with her BF for sure. Maybe some boots, and the touch of death from Kayn nearly axes away Amumu's head, but he holds on strong. A valiant little knight, Amumu. Cheese and Eggs all over the map now as he's trying to look for another pick onto Master Carl. Not going to just be helping the Disbroki out by taking some of these camps. Great guy. Oh, take the cannon too. There you go. And Diana will now be back in lane to capture that wave. And after the initial fight gank here with Kayn, haven't really seen too much progress. So looking like Mundo is still kind of holding on to his own for sure. So that's always good to see. J Mars 9 could be the first game of just warming himself up, you know, letting his members continue for him. But that's going to be a ward spotting out the Kayn. That's going to be Kayn trying to get himself through. Black Shield being used by Morgana as a precaution, but not going to have anything more show up. Red buff is going to be spawning pretty soon, but Kayn's going to be hitting level 6 after this clear for sure. IIT probably 1 or 2 more waves before they can also claim a level 6 for themselves as well. Wicked Scotty putting out the cage, not going to be landing anything with that though, but oppressive enough with that lost chapter, and helps to get the mana regen as well. Yeah, alright, word of advice, if just Morgana ever watches this VOD, don't just throw out your E's wastefully like that, because your E's have a 15-second cooldown, and the real E that you need to watch out for is the Veigar cage. So that's definitely make sure that, I think, if you want to be using Morgana competitively, you got to be able to watch for that. It's going to be another plate being taken there for the Hawks, as now IIT is pushing their goalie to 3k at a 7.5-minute mark. Amumu going to be hitting level 6, I want to say, after he finishes this. Yeah, he'll hit level 6. Kayn already at level 6 will be getting the double buff advantage, and perhaps another fight in the top lane. Could be a dive. I'm not 100% certain, but Amumu is hovering himself here. He's got the mana regen. He's popping some pots. He's going to likely see the Diana here. Does he want to go for the fight? Can he help? It's going to be Amumu launching things up. He does have his ultimate available. One more cleaver could do it. It's going to be her barely running away, but Power 515 will fall in the 1v1, but Mundo going to have to flash himself out. Wicked Scotty finding a kill of his own as well onto the Jhin, and looking like the Morgana was not there for that, I think. Trying to leave the Jhin to farm the wave alone was not a wise decision, unfortunately, and the Darius will fall to the Nico as she finally rumps herself up. Cheese and Ace all the way in the backline. He's got the double buff to keep himself kind of healthy, but Cheese and Ace does not care. He wants to go for the fight, has to dodge with the E. He's in a tight spot here. No plans to get him out yet. He's going to have to travel himself all the way through the Raptors, and he will make a clean getaway. It's going to be a 9-minute tower as well, in fact. So bot lane here already doubled the CS, pretty much double the gold that the Jhin has. Going to be almost a full item ahead already by 10 minutes. So unfortunately, the Jhin Morgana combo not working as ideally as planned here for UNL. IIT going for the double dip objective with the Scuttle, with the Dragon here. And if they wanted to, they might be able to catch the Amumu out. A couple of pings out as they noted the Nico is not showing up in lane, but it's going to be the smite. I don't think, actually, excuse me, I don't think it was a smite. But it's going to be first dragon of today, first dragon of the second game with the Ocean here in IIT's favor. And IIT looking really strong right now, as Nico is looking to be the saving grace, going to have to be for the for UNL, as she does come back with the GOP 800, but so isn't an item advantage from the Diana. But these roams could be trying to bait out something. It's going to be the flash to avoid the Amumu. Don't ult. She could get a double kill from that. Oh god. A couple of stuns here, but some assistance from the Morgana. It's going to be the ult not ready yet. Still 10 seconds. They've got to hold it out. They're going to have to force the flash out. The Morgana will be there to assist. And finally getting some kills here for UNL. So Master Carl going to have to put UNL on his back, or her back, if he wants to get the chance to let this game keep going in UNL's favor. Meanwhile, Master Carl gonna be trying to avoid the Kane, as I'm seeing some deja vu, as essentially now we've got 3 guys from IIT chasing the Kane. But hold on, the Nico doesn't look like he will be available to help. He is gonna get the double stun. Veigar lands it on the wrong person, but Pirate Windows will clean it back up. Amumu not committing to a back, but he's too low to finish this off. They're going to note that the Scuttle is on. Mundo really the only one available. I think they've got to give it. UNL has got to give this Herald, unfortunately, because of the timing. And in all of that time, it's going to be Pirate Windows pushing the lead now here for the mid lane, as the Diana is now showing bot side, lying in wait. Nice all in there from the Diana. The damage is not just barely there, but the Q is able to land for the Jhin. Forces to flash out from the Morgana. Well played for Disrogan. A nice little 1v2 situation there. No sums available for the Jhin to be able to get out of that situation. Morgana had to use hers to get out of that. And continuing to make Jhin not have a fun day, but that's going to be an Amumu with an ult. She's going to ult, capture both members, but the damage from Wicked Scotty to clean things up. Master Carl is going to have to try to see what he can do to hold the team onto his back. It's going to be the stopwatch broken. It's going to be the Black Shield on him, but it's not going to be enough for the damage. Pirate Windows lays on with the Essence Reaver. All of those shards striking right through him. IIT being relentless, trying to look at like a 15-minute game, in fact, honestly. Going to be having the Herald being pushed all the way here. The damage is almost there. Darius going to try to do what he can. One more will do it. Jamar's going to walk right out. It's going to be now potentially all tier 1s falling now in the next few seconds. It is going to be top 1 falling now. It's going to be one more plate falling in here, and IIT much different pacing in this game with getting all of the towers pre-14 minutes before even the turret plating has fallen. Well played here for the Hawks with that objective control, and UNL has got some serious work ahead of them if they want to have a chance to come back in the game with only 9k left. 9k gold difference here for them. Dragon should be spawning in the next minute. It's going to be a mountain track, but at this point I don't even see. I'm trying to see what the winning condition for UNL's got to be. I think it's got to be just trying to do their best to get picks. You know, what they did earlier with the what they did earlier in the mid lane the first time around I saw some potential with the Morgana roam, trying to get Diana now to two under. You know, Nico has a CS lead, but the collapse from a lot of these IIT members is just making it really hard for their Master Carl to have any enjoyment in terms of what she can do for her team. It's going to be Kane coming all the way around here. Going to have to fight his way tooth and nail to get in. The stun is not going to actually land, in fact. Preemptively being used. That's going to be a bummer for the Nico, unfortunately. Mundo's still chasing, trying to land whatever cleavers that he can, but he's going to be yeeted right into Darius's axe, and Master Carl is going to be stuck. Ooh, the ult from Veigar, taking the Morgana very low. The slow there from Darius's axe. He's going to have another wind up ready, but he's going to look at the 1v1 situation on his own, as Pyre Windows is just going to have to go onto the Jhin and continue to make that Jin's life miserable. It's borderline abuse, honestly. Power 515 going to try to just use his ult just to delay whatever that he can, but he is going to fall. Power 515 will fall. Pirate Windows will fall to the Mundo. Wicked Scotty trying to do whatever damage that he can, but there is no MR actually on that Mundo. He built all AD. He built all armor in anticipation for Darius, I think. You know, that double cloth armor makes me think something like maybe Randuin's or Deadman's, or essentially like a chainmail. But the damage is still there. I think they're trying to bait that Mundo, and I think it's working because the Diana is taking a lot of damage. The Jhin shots are not going to connect. She's going to walk right into Kane Mechiko. Come on, you gotta land those. That's unfortunate, but she wouldn't have any follow-up anyway, but that's going to be IIT pushing themselves right up here to the tier 2s with a Mountain Dragon spawning, as well as they look to group up onto that. Kane not even going to need the Kane Smite to secure things, but the Amumu does have Smite. Could we see a Miracle Seal? Honestly, I'm for it, but unfortunately that's not going to be able to do it for them, because the Disparoki is going to have to set his sights onto Power 515 as he slowly trots himself out. Damage from Cheese and Eggs there is there to follow up, and that's going to be conveniently Pirate Windows picking that kill up. Perfect KDA, chances are still alive with Scotty, with Kane though. Just keep that in mind. And that damage is all the way there. Instantly just executes the Cheese Eggs, and he takes no damage from the turret. The sister was being tanked by the Diana for a bit. IIT, just so much potential here for just any of their guys to just go for a 1v1. Veigar can ult out any enemy that he wants, and Mundo looking like he might want to commit on that Diana. Kane here in the backline. Jamar's in the backline. They're just keeping them sandwiched inside that tower. Power 515 has a Q available. Might want to look for an engagement. It's going to be this Disparoki pushing himself right into the map. It's going to be looking like Diana's going to be taken very low. She's going to barely walk out. IIT still just dominating the map here, and this is now, I can confidently say, the point of no return for UNL, unfortunately. Too many losses here. Not even one item completed yet for Jhin. Nope, I take that back. He has finished the IE, but unfortunately, it's just IIT outplaying pretty much every single lane. Kane on that jungle is just so much pressure for these guys for UNL to be able to respond to, unfortunately. Excuse me. Going to be the second herald now available for the map. It's going to be Darius getting caught a little bit inside the jungle. Not sure what he was doing there. Maybe trying to go for a camp. But in any case, with all of those members there, it gives some time for IIT to focus up onto that Rift Herald. And I don't think they're none the wiser. They don't think they have to drift on that as they try to put 4 members mid. Just trying to see what's happening, but this Pierogi going all the way into here. Power 515 wants to go for the fight, but he's not going to have it. He's going to have to try to use his ult to displace anything, but he's going to be taken so low. Will be finally falling here. Going to be flashing that Morgana right out. It's going to be the Mundo without his flash available. Pirate Windows damage. Just look at it go. Able to do so much. Pirate Wicked Scotty uses the ult just in case to ensure it. And with the Herald down, IIT knocking right at the inhib gates, looking like they're going to try to close out the game. Now that's what I call a fat GGG. Now that's what I call Music 95. 24-6 here for the Hawks. 13-14k gold lead. Going to beat a Jin. Doing one last... Oh! Oh! Oh, not going to be able to get the Diana down, but it's going to be finally the Nexus cracked open. One last stand here for UNL. Fought valiantly until the end. Much respect to them, though. Mundo trying to do what he can from the backline. Hey, there's a kill. Perfect KDA gone for Kane. Only Veigar now has the ability to hold on to it. He's going to just try to lead the members all the way out from here. Empire Window is going to have to use his heal, but the pull from Morgana keeps him in place. Wicked Scotty sending out the Twin Shadows, just trying to slow down some members, but now in a 3v2 situation? Yeah. No, it will be Veigar finally falling to his doom. No perfect KDAs here today for this series. And Magica going to try to see what they can do. IIT just pushing themselves right up to the respawn. Good lord, dude. The guy has a family. Give the Penta. Give the Penta. Give the Penta. Give the Penta. That's just rude. That's offensive. That's reported. Okay. Okay. Yep, that's, I would, send a report to CSL for, that unfortunate Penta denial on J Mars, but J Mars game 2 comes in fresh with the, replacing, Cheese and Eggs there on the top lane, replacing Orima with, game 1 in the jungle, and puts a pretty stellar performance. Yeah, Mundo tried his best. I respect it. But you know, I saw a couple times he had CS leads and whatnot. But yeah, it's really, really unfortunate game for the for UNL here this game. Bot lane falling down way too many times, not having, not trusting the damage. I think potential coming in from the teams, and then. Also the fact, right, Kane having the assistance of his team for Leash, and Mumu having to do the Raptors alone. You know, it's just he's going to be not able to respond as fast because he's still having to take the clears at a much slower pace than Kane, because first it's a Mumu, and second, yeah, it's like he's pretty mana reliant, you know, those first 5-6 levels before he can really hold out on his own. A lot of the ults, I think, from him were really not used for engage, just used for just trying to disengage, but disengaging himself, not his team to help out. And then yeah, I think that was just IIT just putting on a show in terms of outclassing UNL pretty much in all of their lanes for this game too. Did see Nico once show some signs of life against the Diana. But, yeah, IIT pretty effective after their, like, 9-minute first tower to just rotate around the map all over, push the advantages just to the point where they needed to in all of their lanes, and then, yeah, take home the W. So let's go back to the lobby screen and then change some of these scores. Again, that's going to be bringing another victory for the Hawks here as they go, I believe, now officially 9-1 in this fall and spring season. Um, and I think now only 2 schools left as they are setting their sights to place in the top 2 in their bracket, in their group stage, to be able to have a chance to go into the playoffs. So we're rooting here for you. I prefer to cast these games just because of how long they've been going. So their story is just really fun to keep up with. But if you're new here, feel free to watch some of the past videos that we have on our YouTube channel. Just type down Illinois Tech Esports and you'll find the stuff all over there. So shout out to our thumbnail editor, ModernLegacy, for doing that. He's been doing that for a really long time. But I think that's going to do it for us today. Appreciate chat for coming by. GG boys, kinda, oof, F. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be it for us. So, appreciate everyone stopping by today. And that's going to be Elvin signing off. Wait, hold on a sec. Do you know what the rules are on pauses in... I think it's 15 minutes total? 3 pauses, 5 each or something? Look it up. I don't remember. Okay, anyway. That's unrelated to CSL. Appreciate everyone that stopped by today. Especially same with the opponent schools. I'm not biased. Or at least I try to think that I'm not biased. So take off. If you heard me giving feedback, it's not. I really don't want to say it's flame. It's just. I say it how I say it is, and I've been told multiple times like it's maybe too much. So I will try to do my best, but if it's something, just let me know in chat. I try to do my best to respond to comments. I've done a couple things with my mic and volume, and just want to make the experience really good for people that are watching and tuning in. Not make it as scuffed as a one viewer mixer channel or something like that. All right, that's gonna do it for us. I think I'll be online maybe in another hour or two to just do an offline cast for the Division A team for the game. So if you feel free to tune into that, no worries. But I'll be putting up this VOD onto our YouTube channel within the next 2 or 3 days after I get my thumbnail editor to put in some stuff. UNL, if you have a logo of your guys' own for esports that you want to use instead of the big N that I have, feel free to just send it to the coordinator for the seat for Pirate, and then he'll send it to me and we'll take care of it. But if not, I'm just going to use that N. That's going to do it for us today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Alvin Moy, signing off.